first thing is we want to, again, revisit making sure you're not exposed to any toxic mold. It's not in your sinuses. One thing that we do like to do here that I forgot to talk about before we were talking about the sinuses, how do you know if you're colonized, right? Well, one, you can go see Dr. Dennis and get a CT scan and work with him. Two, you can use microbalance health products. Use the plate and grab a sterile swab, do a little swoosh in your nose and paint the dish, close it up, seal it airtight, top of the fridge for 5 to 7 days. If it grows a colony in there, you're colonized, right? You're colonized up there. And so it's a very easy at home or we use in clinic to assess if you're colonized. So we want to make sure no external and no internal environmental exposures are still persisting. Two, we want to calm down the mast cells, right? Some things that are really great for this are going to be quercetin, DAO enzyme, right? Quercetin is going to help break down your histamine, calm and stabilize mast cells, right? Quercetin is a mast cell stabilizer. DAO enzyme, this is going to gobble up extracellular histamine. So think about the histamine in your foods, right? High histamine foods, extracellular meaning histamine that's just kind of floating around in the bloodstream. It's going to start to gobble this up. DAO is an enzyme that's naturally produced in your gut. But again, where we have like too much fire for the hose, that's the reason why DAO can be helpful because we can start to kind of play catch up and grab a few more firefighters with a few more hoses and start to hose that down. So stabilize mast cells, make sure your environment is, stable, and then assess the root cause. Mycotoxins and mold exposure definitely are a big root cause to mast cell activation. I rarely see MCAS without a mycotoxin or mold component, but there are other things that can drive mast cell or contribute to it, right? Like parasites or heavy metals and emotional stress, emotional traumas. A lot of patients that I see, they'll come to me and they'll say, "Well, I was fine. I was really stable. I did good until this big major life stress happened, or I got a head or neck injury. I got a concussion, right? There was some kind of acute stressor that tipped the whole bucket over of toxins, and now your body's like on fire again with the histamines, right, in the mast cell. And so, assessing was there an inciting incident that reactivated? If you're dealing with a flare up that's happening 3 years later, was there a new toxin or infection that contributed where everything was kind of stable and under control in the immune system, right? Really, what it's indicating to us is that the body didn't have a solid structure, anyways. And at some point, the structure of the building was going to go sideways, right? It was just maybe one thing that pushed it over the edge, but it also gives you the opportunity to now address those things and fully stabilize those mast cells and hopefully not have to deal with another MCAS flare up again. So there's a lot to unpack with MCAS. There really is. That we could do a whole nother live on MCAS, but hopefully just making sure environment is good, stabilizing mast cells, and emotional work. Those would be the three things that I would do to start in your MCAS healing journey.